Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Furu Finance. We have a great stream for you today. We're going to be talking about some very good stuff. We're going to be talking about the depression strategy because a lot of people are experiencing depression. And we're going to teach you guys how to deal with depression. You know, depression is not something that we take lightly, especially when it comes with regard to your crypto portfolio. So we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about BitBoy, and we'll talk about. I was on a big Twitter space this morning, which was really cool. You guys may have heard of it, Mario Nawful. I was on his Twitter space, so we'll talk about that maybe for a second. But yeah, guys, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. There's not a lot of news going on. There actually, I did have the Hayden Adams thing because I was on with Das Baum, and he had that tab prepared with Hayden Adams winning the SEC lawsuit, which basically implied that they're not responsible for the coins trading on Uniswap, which should mean that they should relist HEX on their front end. So maybe I'll briefly touch on that and more. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to check out the Patreon. Link is in the description. What's going on in the chat? Mr. Chuck says, hold on to your coins and just buy the dips without selling, swapping what you already have. Okay. Less capital gains tax if you hold for a year. That's true. What's up, Kaiser? Thank you for clipping. I appreciate when you clip my streams. So really like it. And I encourage everyone to follow you on Twitter. What's up, Archetype? If you had 100,000 HEX at all-time high, it'd be worth 55,610. Right now, to get that same 100,000 HEX, it would only cost you $392. That is true. That is true. What's up, David Weinberg? David's a patron. Big shout out. Bombadil says red candles are more exciting than green ones if you know what you're doing. I hope you're not trading, but I'll tell you one thing. Red candles are definitely more exciting than the sideways action that we have right now. It's really annoying. Honestly, it's not so pleasant, but that's what I'm here for. We make it a pleasant experience. Metastang's a patron. Big shout out. Mike is a patron. Thank you. Ash, what's going on? Nice job, man. I was listening there. Thank you. Chad Donishwans. Bro, what? How'd I miss you in the Twitter space? So there were two today with Nawful. It was the first one. And we'll talk about it. But I didn't want to announce it because just in case it wouldn't happen, I feel like I was worried it wouldn't happen. And then but whatever. We'll get into all that and more on today's episode. So guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's look at the charts. The charts are super boring. Very low volume. We now have the triangle pattern thanks to Archetype. Told me to draw a triangle here. So we have resistance, and we bounced off support, and now it's looking like we're going to retest the resistance at 1 penny, and maybe we'll go back down to the trend line of 5.5. Not much of a trend line. It's just one point of support. None of this means anything if there's good news or bad news. So take it with a grain of salt, guys. But 8104, so less than a penny still for anybody out there considering dollar cost averaging. That's your HEX TA right there. And Pulse is 3.9. Pulse X is 4 zeros and a 1. Is it going to break it? Will the O have to go? We'll see. Or will the O have to come? Make it 5 zeros and a 9? That's a good question. That depends on how HEX performs, I think, very much also. But yeah, that's that for that. And your numbers right now. Right now, it looks like Pulse is your biggest gainer at 1.76%. 0.0000392. Gosh darn. 60% down from SAC. A little less than break even on the bonus multiplier. It's just boring. I can't take the price action. Oh my gosh. I would rather honestly just blood in the streets. I would rather the price going down, adding another zero, and people fudding on Twitter and stuff like that. Maybe some SEC news. I mean, come on. Wouldn't that be nice? It would be nice for the stream. That's what it would be nice for. Wouldn't be nice for it would be nice also because you guys could buy more if you want. But we're going to be talking about the exact approach that we're going to be doing throughout this depression. And maybe we'll give you guys some therapy, right? Therapy. It'll be HEX therapy live. You know what happens when we're in the depression? You need to watch HEX therapy with Matty Allen. He'll get you out of your depression. He really will. But I do strongly recommend that show. It's a very good show. And Matty is a very good person. HEX daily stats. Let's take a look at our change in current stakers on Ethereum. I'm guessing it's going to be a net negative. And it is. Oh my God. Wow. Look at this. Lost 16 yesterday. 5. Wow. When was the last time we had a net gain in current stakers? It's 10 days. It's been 12 days. And then there was a brief gain of 4, and then it was another 3, 7. Guys, consider this before aping in on EHEX because it's cheaper. Oh, they are adding current holders, but not at the rate of Pulsechain. Let's take a look. Maybe Pulse isn't any better. Changing current stakers added 9, added 39 yesterday. Numbers are going up. It's really good. Good to see. And added more holders also. Look at that, the network effect. These are really good numbers. These are really good numbers for depression, okay? It's really good. Seeing this kind of onboarding, it's very underrated. People forget about it. These are good numbers. These are very good numbers. I mean, that's good. You like to see more holders, more stakers. That's growth in the community. So when the bull market comes and there's fiat on-ramps, even if there isn't fiat on-ramps and you have to bridge, I think still we could be having some really nice gains. And I like what Dasbaum said also, that there's less and less bad news and there's more and more good news. It's just the price hasn't resolved itself yet, but that's okay. That's what bear markets are for. That's what they call the shakeout of the weak hands. And that is what opportunities are. So that's your overall message, folks. This is all my opinion, and this is all not financial advice. But just be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's take a look at your chats before we move on with the news. Ash says, deep crypto winter. We need some good fireplace going in the background. Yeah, maybe. We'll do that next time. Susie Q. Haven't seen you in a while, Susie Q. Hugs and kisses to you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Come back more often, okay, Susie Q? Appreciate you. And Susie Q says, Maddie's awesome. I agree. I'm jealous. He has like 14K subs, and he was number 3 on the list of most influential people in the ecosystem. I didn't even make the top 10. Maddie's number 3. Damn. Hurts. But yeah, he is awesome. And He comes highly recommended. You guys know. You guys already know. Ash says markets want you to capitulate. Trust me, stay strong. True. Hexagon X says EHEX and PHEX were both the wrong buy. Who would have thought PDI would be the winner? Well, relax, man. This is a marathon, okay? I would not be buying PDI right now, but that's up to everyone individually. It's funny how we went from sudden wealth syndrome to don't sell the bottom. True. Crypto's crazy and entertainment never ends. Yeah. Pulsechain Gangster says only weak wussies are selling. I'm not that. Okay. Good to hear. Susie Q says, look up. The sky is always blue above the clouds. True. It's a good way to put it. All right. Oh, I'm top 10. Thank you. You're the man. I love you, man. Metastang, big shout out. Those guys were bullying me in the spaces this morning. I always start off my day by watching Furu. Thanks, man. And congratulations to you on selling the market highs. Rub it in. Just rub salt on the wound, okay? Tell us you exited on us, Ash. No, I'm kidding. It's part of the game. It's okay. I'm happy for you. Let's get on with the news. The news is first of all, this morning I was on the Mario Nawful Twitter space. Not even lying. I was a speaker on the Mario Nawful Twitter space. So Mario Nawful has he's closing in on 1 million Twitter followers. He has these spaces. They have he has the biggest names in crypto easily, but the biggest names in the world. He had Elon Musk on his space. He had everyone. Everyone goes on his space. Every big person goes on his space, including Elon Musk and that kind of thing. So he gets over 100,000 people in some of his spaces also. Guys doing tremendous work with the spaces. They're not just on crypto. They're on finance. They're on news. They're on everything. World events, politics, everything like that. And I get a DM from his Twitter account. During the stream yesterday, I see Mario Nawful follows you. So I'm like, what? It must be one of those scammer accounts. No, verified 920,000 followers. Mario Nawful followed you. But then I saw he's following 14,000 other people. So whatever. It's just one of those things. Maybe he was following me just so he could get me to follow him and then he'd unfollow, or maybe he just doesn't. Maybe someone did it for him. I don't know. I've gotten followed by famous people before. We're following thousands of people, and it doesn't really mean anything. So I thought it was one of those things. Then I get a DM from Mario Nawful's Twitter account. It's crazy. DM from Mario Nawful saying, "Hey Furu, somebody from Mario's team here." I don't know if I should be saying the name, so I'm just going to leave it blank. We wanted to reach out to see if you're interested in joining a daily finance Twitter space hosted by Mario. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? I'm like, there's no way this is going to end up happening. This is probably going to end up falling through or whatever. I'm not even going to tell anyone that I'm going to be on it. So I didn't until I got the speaker. I got into the space. I requested the mic and they gave me the mic. And then I'm like, okay, I'll retweet it. And I did. So I was on the space this morning. You guys could listen to the replay. There were 4,000 people in the space at the time, probably going to get 100,000 views. And that was really cool. The thing is, I thought who's going to be on it? It's going to be Rand Nooner. I see Rand Nooners in the spaces sometimes. I see BitBoys in the space. Richard Hart was on my thing. I'm going to be on with Rand Nooner. I'm going to tell him I met him in Miami. So it turns out I was looking at the guests and they were like, whatever, 10, 15,000. There were no big names. It was like, and I don't think Mario was even there, or he wasn't talking. It was moderated by someone else, and Mario was just in there. Maybe he was listening, maybe he wasn't, but he wasn't involved. And it was on the topics were like the Disney debacle with Bob Iger and Bob Chapek with the shower thing they were talking about a lot. It was also remote work, inflation, and stuff like that. And like, I didn't really have much to say, honestly, because it's nothing to do with cryptocurrency, nothing to do with Richard Hart, and really not much to do with inflation. Like, that was just like the shortest subject, and I didn't really have time to get in. So I was just, a couple times I spoke, and I didn't have anything really profound to say, but I felt like I can't just sit here for an hour and a half Twitter space and not say anything as a speaker. I have to say something. I have to request the mic. I have to raise my hand and say something. So I said a few things. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I didn't really do so well. I hope they have me back. I hope it's a topic that I'm passionate about, and I know, but it was cool. I was in the space and I was a speaker, and I spoke for maybe 2 minutes total, but it was really nice, and they were really nice. And I'm very grateful for them giving me a shot and inviting me, and hopefully they could have me back, and I'd love to do it again, and I think I'll do better next time. But it was really cool. I was in one of those spaces. That was cool. And I guess they're watching me. I guess like people outside the space know who I am, sort of. Maybe not Mario, but people that work for him. So that was cool. That was a cool experience. You guys could check it out, but most of it's not really me talking. Not gonna lie, and yeah, that was what happened this morning. And then, and yesterday, another crypto news was BitBoy Crypto. BitBoy Crypto started his own channel, and this was a very bad look for BitBoy. I'm not gonna lie, because he got terminated or whatever, put on a temporary leave with BitBoy from his channel because it went public. Whatever, there were investors. He's not a majority owner. They got rid of him. He went on Twitter and said that his employees were planning a coup, and they just were stabbing him in the back and all those things. They were stabbing him in the back. They were ungrateful. He said they were lying about his drug relapse. And then like 2 days later, he makes a video that he sent to them saying, "I'm sorry, I was on steroids. I didn't mean to be like this." And it turns out it seems like he was giving his employees a hard time, and he was causing trouble. And at least it was definitely not a coup, and it was kind of his fault. Like, seems like that's what it was. Seems like at least he was partially to blame. So that's a really bad look. You go out there and you tell everyone, you badmouth your employees that they were trying to coup you and stab you in the back when really there were some issues and conflict. That's bad. But he's starting his own channel. He said he's doing away with BitBoy. He's just going by his real name, Ben Armstrong. So we're gonna see what happens there, but that is interesting. He did post a clip. He was also having an affair. I mean, it's not a good look. It's not a good look when you're telling everybody one thing and you're falsely slandering people, and you're sort of at fault. It was a bad look. It was bad. He's starting his own channel. They're going to do one last meeting with BitBoy, see if there's a future with him at BitBoy Crypto, but it's looking like it's over. And what I would say about that is like, good luck to BitBoy Crypto, because BitBoy Crypto without Ben Armstrong is pretty mediocre and boring. I don't know if they should probably try and get him back anyway, unless they could find somebody to replace him. Hey, maybe I could be the new BitBoy Crypto or something. Hey, if you're watching, hire Furu Finance, okay? I'll fill his shoes. Maybe I'll be even better than BitBoy. Okay, I would do it though, but I don't know. They have some people who are okay, but BitBoy Crypto without Ben Armstrong is just not BitBoy Crypto. And good luck to them, but I think it's over. I think it's over for the Hit Network and BitBoy Crypto. And it's really interesting, as Susie Q says. So those were the two news things that I saw. One, I was on Mario and Awful. Someone said, "How do I find the space?" It's on his Twitter. I'll link it. Let me see. So this was the Hayden Adams tweet. Open link in new tab. Mario and Awful. Right, not this one. It's this one. Here. Not gonna lie, I didn't do so well, so. But this is it. And I wasn't really talking for much of it. This was the space. And big shout out to Mario. He has really good spaces. I like them. Whew. But that was your news. What are you guys saying in the chat? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Ash says he'll support Ben in his new channel. Yeah, I think honestly there's going to be more active followers on the Ben Armstrong channel than the BitBoy Crypto channel. It is what it is. It's like, imagine like Richard Hart has he leaves his YouTube channel and like someone else gets it and streams like about crypto. I buy Richard Hart's channel. It's the Richard Hart channel with me talking. Probably not going to do as well. Don't own the world's largest diamond. Don't have a 155 IQ or whatever it is, and I'm just not him. So not going to be good. So the aggro BitBoy arc was actually Roid Boy arc. Yeah. He's already got 8K, yeah. It's getting interesting. I never saw Wayne's World, Ash. Never saw it. Yeah, let's get into maybe the news story. First thing was the Hayden Adams. Hayden Adams is the founder of Uniswap. Hayden says, huge win for DeFi. One longtime fear of mine has been bad legal interpretation of our complex technical industry. It's highly motivating to see the U.S. courts hold up arguments I felt deeply for years. Below are the most based, smart court comments. Basically, he's not responsible for scams being sold on Uniswap because he doesn't list them. It's decentralized. So the SEC has lost again. So does that mean that HEX is going to get relisted? No, it hasn't been. I mean, it has been in some jurisdictions, but not most. Maybe it'll get relisted in the future, but let's not forget it is EHEX. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I think I don't want EHEX to die. But yeah, the first thing is that it's really good. The SEC lost again. SEC is taking L after L after L. So it looks like they don't have really such good legal arguments that hold up well in court. I'm not really sure they truly understand crypto to the extent where they could create effective legal action at this point. I think they're just behind the 8 ball. So that means that probably it's more likely that Richard Hart will get a good settlement or a victory against the SEC. Look at the legal arguments; they're kind of weak. So yeah, time has definitely been making things more optimistic as far as the SEC lawsuit. If you would see the SEC winning cases, despite, you know, putting forward bad arguments, then you could be worried because they'd have a bad argument against HEX, you know, calling it a security and everything else that they said that was like simply not true. It's like, yeah, but maybe they'll win anyway because the courts are just on their side. But that's not true. That's not what's happening. They're losing everything. They lost Uniswap, they lost Grayscale, they lost Ripple. They're just losing and losing and losing. And the more they lose, the more likely they are to lose. So good settlement or victory. Hopefully settlement. I know everyone's saying settlement. Whatever is best for the ecosystem. But that's one thing I was saying. And honestly, I think I'm sick of, you know, so Uniswap is still gatekeeping. You know, you could take that angle and say Uniswap is still gatekeeping, and everybody's gatekeeping HEX. Like nobody cares. Like everyone's gatekeeping. So what? I don't know. It's a loser thing to complain about. Do it ourselves. You know, I think it's unattractive, you know, to have a community where everyone's really complaining about how everyone hates them. It's part of the game, man. If you're good, you'll get hated. It's how you handle it. It's how you move forward in the face of conflict, in the face of its resiliency displayed in the face of conflict, challenges, in the face of challenges. Gatekeeping is a challenge, but if you keep your chin up, if you keep making things happen, things will resolve themselves. And that's what happened with many cryptos and other technologies that came before. And today it's not any different. So I am retiring the complaining about gatekeeping. I think that's not what winners do. That's not what winners do. Winners don't complain about gatekeeping. And I think we'll get more onboarding if we don't complain about gatekeeping. If we focus on the positive, right? We focus on the positive, it's better. People want to join a positive ecosystem. And yeah, I remember seeing them complain about the gatekeeping before I really got in. And that really did turn me off. So I don't like it. It's toxic. I don't care about the gatekeeping. It's Hayden's front end. He can do whatever he wants. You know what? He invented the decentralized exchange. He could do whatever he wants. We have our own decentralized exchange, Pulsechain, right? He invented it. He could do what he wants. Maybe one day I'll gatekeep your SHIT coin. So I think it's fine. I think Hayden Adams is a genius. I think the decentralized exchange is one of the second biggest innovation to HEX of this past bull market. I think it's really cool. It has a big future. I think it has a big future in not just crypto. I think stocks in other things will trade on decentralized exchanges as well. But they obviously are not ready for prime time yet for traditional finance. But it's very promising and it's a really cool thing. And you know what? He wants to gatekeep. That's his prerogative. I think he's entitled to that. And I don't want to be a losers. I don't want to be a loser. Winners win, losers complain. So it's fine. Hayden, big shout out to Hayden Adams. Hayden Adams, I think he's really good. I think I never seen him complaining. So big shout out to Hayden Adams. He gets to dump his uni on your head. Him and his investors and his VC buddies and employees, they get to extract all the uni holders. They get to use them as exit liquidity. That's what he gets to do, and he's been making a lot of money doing that. So he's a winner, and he invented a really cool technology. Maybe one day the uni token will have something that makes it more sticky and goes up in value. But right now it's just a dumb token that still went up. It still went up though. It still went up. Uni still went up tremendously despite all the insider allocations dumping. So what does that tell you? What about Pulsechain? There's a bonus multiplier, but not like a VC, 10-to-1 deal, like 90% off, or like a insider allocation where everyone gets it for free. Like you don't have that. So Maybe PulseX will do better than Uni. Maybe PulseX will do 1000x. But I don't know. It's not looking too good. PulseX is not looking too good. And a lot of people are writing it off, but I still hold my PulseX, and I still believe in my PulseX. So big shout out to Hayden Adams, PulseX, Uniswap, all great people. I love Hayden Adams, and I love Richard Hart, and I love everyone. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. What are you guys saying? You guys have anything to say about this? Frayne says, I don't have an 8-inch Red Bull can. I don't like Red Bull. It makes me stay up all night. Fugly says, what do you do about taxes? Do you pay capital gains? Have you set up like a Roth IRA or some such savings strategy? I just use Coinly, and that's what I do. Yeah, I do pay taxes. I don't have any crypto in a Roth IRA. I don't think you could really get HEX in a Roth IRA. Maybe there's a way to do it. That unless you're an accredited investor and you could go through the HEX Investment Trust or something like that, you can't really do it now. You can only get like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's what I'd say about the Roth IRA. Main story, the depression strategy. I was just thinking about this yesterday. We're in a depression. What do we do? Right? The price is what? Let's go to our price chart. Let's go back to the price chart. 1/8 of a penny right now for HEX. 1/8 of a penny for HEX. So a lot of people are complaining, but everyone that's complaining is still here. So if you're still here, that means you didn't sell, and that means that you have confidence in the return of not only the bull market, but HEX. If you don't believe HEX is coming back, then it's a different story. And I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I do know what to tell you, but that's for a different stream. I do believe it will come back, and I have good reason for that. But you guys are all here, so it's going to go up ultimately, right? So just buy, okay? Just buy. It's not that difficult. We're in a bear market. Get a job, myself included, and just freaking dollar cost average. Never more than you could afford to lose. Never leverage. And DCA. What? You can only afford $100 a week? $100 a week will get you 12,000 HEX. 12,000 HEX costs $6,000. So that sounds pretty good. Even though you can't put as much money in, the money goes that much further, right? The money goes that much further. You get that much more HEX. So you have to earn money, save money, and DCA. Okay? That's it. That's it. What more can I tell you? I don't know. I feel like I should just be saying this on every stream. Just like, don't buy ink. In my opinion, not financial advice. I would stay away from ink. I would personally stay away from EHEX, but that's everyone's, freedom of speech, freedom of movement. And I just buy HEX and a little Pulsechain and maybe a little PulseX because I already have PulseX. Maybe I would be buying more if I didn't have, but I already have. I don't know. I'm not as confident in PulseX as everything else, but HEX, Pulsechain, mainly HEX, Pulsechain. You get to buy. Maybe you're out of your dry powder, or maybe you have less dry powder, but the dry powder goes that much further. That's it. That's it. That's the strategy. That's the strategy. That's literally it. And don't trade, okay? This is when everyone's buying meme coins, and it's unfortunate that when the price was up, there were no distractions. But at the greatest buying opportunity, people are chasing meme coins. And we know most meme coins are garbage, and this is not the exception. And a lot of them have malicious actors that are waiting to pull the rug. Hey, but everyone do what you want. You want to spend your dry powder on meme coins when Hex is under a penny, then fine. But I don't think that's a winning strategy. So yeah, that's it. That's the message. Don't also, yeah, and let me reiterate, not to buy dips, because if you would have been buying dips since Pulsechain launch, you'd be out of money, because the dip dips, and it can't. It just dollar cost average. I think that's the best way to go. Or like maybe have like 20% dollar cost average and like 80%, not 20% dip buying allocation, 80% DCA allocation. I think maybe you could do some of that. Sometimes I do succumb to the urge to buy dips when the price is down a lot, but my best buys, generally speaking, are my dollar cost average buys. But that's the message. Okay, that's the message. And there's not a lot of people being onboarded. That's part of the reason why it's hard to grow my channel right now. But that's when you want to buy. That's it. You guys are here. You know what to do. You do your research, you make sure you think it's going to come back, and then you buy accordingly. That's my opinion, not financial advice. But I don't know what else to say. I don't really know what else to say. But I for anyone that's frustrated, I empathize, because there's no price action, neither to the upside or the downside, and there's not much news. Since the last really exciting news and exciting price action was the lawsuit by the SEC. So I get it. It's rough. But yeah, it looks so for all the noobs that come in a bull market, the bear market just looks so attractive, but it's not. Like, yeah, we'll get out 100K Bitcoin. We're going to sell all our crypto. Then we're going to wait for that bear market and just buy. Yeah. I mean, that's what you think it's going to be like, but no, you're going to miss the top usually. And even if you get the top, you're probably going to miss the bottom. And even if you get the bottom, it'll be boring, and it'll be there'll definitely be doubts of the continuity of the blockchain. So that's really the overall message. You wanted the bear market. You were thinking, oh yeah, when the bear market comes, I'll buy so much HEX and I'll be able to stake it. And now the bear market's here, and you can buy so much HEX and you could stake it, and you could earn a lot of T-shares. You could lock in a lot of T-shares. But yeah, there is the prospect of never coming back. And there's the prospect of SEC and Richard Hart and I don't know, inflation. And it's like macros not looking good, even though I think they're better than people think they are. But yeah, that's part of the bear market. I think that's part of the bear market. That's what it is. And now's when you have to make your decisions. But yeah, I don't know. $50. You can only do $50 a week buys. That gets you 5,000. That gets you thousands of dollars worth during a bull market. You know, during what was thousands of dollars worth during the bull market. So even if you don't have a lot of money, you're still getting, I think, a good deal, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Go do your own research and decide these for yourself, because I'm not a financial advisor. I can just tell you what I'm personally doing, and I can keep you company during these tough times, during these boring times. I would honestly I'd rather like a nice flush and some FUD so I could buy more and have some excitement. But that's the bear market is not a lot of that. It's mostly just low volume. Oh my God. It's just disgusting. Like low volume, low price, zero price action, nothing, man, nothing. So yeah, that's it. That's my opinion. That's my strategy. That's the depression. Yeah. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I could take all your questions now. I'm live every day at 12 p.m. Eastern time, but what are you guys saying in the chat? Let me know. Be sure to join the Patreon, support my channel, support me. It's really good. It's a good idea, but hey, yeah. With the changes, what's your best, easiest way to buy in the ecosystem? I think I like to just bridge in the stables. I buy DAI or USDC on Coinbase, bridge it, and trade on PulseX. That's my best way. You can't buy it on OKX anymore, even if you're outside the US. I know Power City is they've got some sort of on ramp, and there's also ChangeNow.io is a big one, so you could look into those also, see if it's available in your jurisdiction. But that's what I'd say. And Hex Hodl XYZ says there's Hex Rocket Dollar IRA. I don't know, but that's what I'd say. Yeah. Oh, also speaking of Power City, KDP has left Power City. KDP is no longer part of the Power City team. That was an interest. That was a little bit of a shocker. I don't know. That's probably bearish for Power City because she's got a big following. I don't know if she abandoned her bags, or she's still a holder. She just doesn't want to be involved or can't be. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Maybe she'll go work at somewhere else now. She's a nice girl. This bear market is bad. I should have kept my Bitcoins versus swapping for EX before Pulsechain launch wrecked. So you can't say that now because at the time you didn't know. I mean, you can't be hard on yourself. You know, you have to trade and have a long time horizon, because if you would have that, if you would be making those kinds of moves, you know, like swing trading, market timing, all those things, you'll get wrecked some way or another. And hindsight's always 2020. Best thing you could do is just dollar cost average and hold, in my opinion, not financial advice. But that sort of attitude of trying to time, and those are the people that really lose or just underperform. That's what I'd say. So it's for the very reason that you bought and you're holding and you stay holding that you would be successful, I think. So don't be hard on yourself. You can never tell yourself, oh yeah, I should have sold Hex at 15 cents and bought back at under a penny. You didn't know it was going under a penny at the time. Maybe you would have bought back at 5. Maybe you would have just never bought and got left. I don't know. You don't know. You can't know. You can't. If you do those kinds of things, you'll eventually lose. Try it. See how it works out. I mean, most people have to learn their lesson and get wrecked. I mean, that definitely happened with me, but you think that you're different, then I guess go ahead and try. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, this is not financial advice, but try high frequency trading and see how you do. It's also, when you're saying that, it's like at that time, that's like the worst time to do it. So it's like PulseX is down 90%. Now people are selling their PulseX. I feel like that's going to close relative to other ones just because, you know, like, and it's down so much. I don't know. Big shout out to Crypto Bigfoot. Brendan Cullen says, can EHEX be a rival to PX? No. It's like the Yankees and the Mets. It's like, sure. But everyone knows it's not a thing. Like, the Yankees are way better. It's not even close. It's like one of those things. No, it's not going to be a rival. It's not going to be a rival. Richard Hart's chain is Pulsechain. That's where the community is. Look at this. Look at the staking numbers. No one's staking on Ethereum, and it's getting less users, less new users. But I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. 12 months, we can be living our best lives. Stay strong. Took all traffic trackers off my phone. Glad to hear you're holding. Big shout out to Red Squirrel, David Weinberg, patron. Big shout out to you. Very grateful for your support. You too could be a patron. Join the weekly Sunday Zoom meeting with myself and the other patrons. Get access to all the recordings of the meetings and courses and trades and all those things. So all those things and more. Chad Donnerschwan says, did you mention you're getting a job, bro? I'm trying to get a job. Certainly. Yeah, I do want to make money so I can buy. I think another thing that I did mention this before, and big shout out to Chad Donnerschwans, but I did mention this before that I think maybe what could make the bottom of HEX is the community, a lot of the people that retired early, realizing that they can't live off their HEX anymore because it went down so much. So they go back to work and they start generating economic energy, and they buy more HEX. That could be what makes the bottom. Like I see myself, I was making money doing this stream because there was a lot of viewers. I was getting consultations and patrons, but now not as much. I mean, it's not really as profitable. I mean, it makes a little bit, but it's not. It's definitely not making as much as just working a 9 to 5, kind of thing. So I think a lot of people are starting to realize that they can't live off their HEX or whatever, their business, and they're going back to work. So that could really be what makes the bottom, and then once the bottom's in, you could start getting new users onboarded. But yeah, I mean, that's an interesting thought. And Chad says, selfishly, I want you to keep streaming, but I think that is the right move. Do both. Yes, I do plan on doing both. You guys notice, like, I'm just really streaming and I'm not clipping anymore. I'm not, because it's just not generating any new subscribers. Like, it used to be, if I streamed and I spent hours clipping, uploading, it was worth it because I was able to get like 20, 30 subs a day. But it's just, we're in that should be, I think, talk about like buy signals. That sounds like a really good buy signal, because now if I clip, maybe 1 or 2 new subs, maybe. Like, it's just everything that I do, all the energy that I exert is not really, it's not bearing fruits. It's just sort of, it's like jerking off, It's not reproducing. It's not producing. So I just don't feel it's as worthwhile. But I have a lot of fun with it, and I enjoy it, and I think you guys enjoy it. So I am going to keep streaming. But I think once more people start coming in, I'll feel more inclined to clipping and doing all and putting in that heavy workload. But I deserve a little break from the clipping, man. You guys don't know. I work so freaking hard. Oh man, and I was rewarded. Okay, I got to 5,000 subs, pretty quickly, and I earned it. It wasn't like I got lucky. Like, it was a lot of work. But yeah, I mean, that's just is what it is. So right now I'm just a little burnt out, and we're in the depression stage. But I will continue streaming, and I will continue. And hopefully we could be sitting nice very soon. Robert Rotandi says, you seem to forget that HEX OGs already went through all the previous FUD and crap stuff for a few years ago. Here's a hint. Keep saying good things about HEX and stop fudding it. Thank you, Robert Rotandi. Yeah. Yeah. What did HEX OGs go through? I told you, I'm a HEX OG, bro. Me and Ash were HEX OGs. Okay. The OGs did not go through anything of this magnitude. That's not true at all. Most of them are still up. They have a lot of T shares that they got for a very good rate, and they're still in the positive, considering they have both and they DCA'd through like the original dip. So there was never a dip that lasted more than 6 months. There was never an SEC investigation. Richard was present throughout the duration. This is as bad as it's gotten. Okay, may as well call me an OG. I'm the OG, and K4K agrees with me. Okay, so yeah, that's not true, and I'm not fudding at all. Hey, why don't you stream? Okay, if you could do better. Okay, I shouldn't. That's just stupid. I don't like when people say that, but it's not a nice thing to say because not everyone has the time and could do it. So why don't you be nicer and why don't you listen to my content? I don't think I FUD anything except I say I prefer PHEX and I say it in a very nice way. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah, guys. Smash like button, subscribe, and all that. Mr. Chuck says we're all Furu Finance OGs. Yeah, including myself. Okay. Let's get Ben Armstrong on the stream while Rise with his new channel. You know what? That's interesting. Are his DMs open? That is interesting. Let's take a look at his channel. Ben Armstrong. His DMs are open. Yeah, you know what? I'll just send a quick message. Hi, Ben. I had more subscribers than him until this morning. Yeah, I'll send him a DM. Yeah, that's a good idea. I doubt I'll get him on, but maybe. I don't want to bother Corey. I don't know. Like, I don't want to make him have to, burn his dry powder, asking for a favor from me. I think I'd rather Corey have it. So I'll just ask him myself. But yeah, big shout out to BitBoy. Maybe I should have been nicer this morning. I like him, but I think it was a bad look that he was saying all these stuff that were maybe not 100% true. But I don't know. He's a human being. He makes mistakes. I will ask him. I did meet him at the Bitcoin conference, and we actually have a picture that he retweeted, and he's a good guy. So it's a good idea. I'll reach out to him. Yeah, thank you. He's no longer BitBoy, yeah. All right, yeah, that's it for today's stream. I'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're a subscriber, take your subscription to the next level with a bell notification. And check out the Patreon, check out the coaching, check out all my other social media links in the description. Thank you for the subscription, Barry Thomas. Big shout out to Barry Thomas. Thank you so much for the subscription. Really appreciate it. But I'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, guys. So have a great rest of your day.